Let's get it poppin', it's the prophet Zamar, LOZ soldier, and Yahweh told me, wake up my people, it's almost over. And the synagogue of Satan been faking, we gon' expose them. So is iron rusted, so is his wickedness, they corroded. And John 3:16, the only verse these Christians quoting. I'm looking at them like, what the hell y'all?
Just read that first paragraph. Go ahead.
The unknown origins of a collection of mysterious statues from Puerto Rico, long ago believed to have been made by Jews.
By who?
By Jews.
Right, read.
From the 10 lost tribes.
From the 10
From the 10 lost tribes exiled from the land of Israel in ancient times.
In ancient times. So those people, they left the land of Israel a long time ago. Right? And what happened was all our people was exiled out of that land. During 70 AD, the Romans came and took us out. And what happened is, in the so-called Jewish people, they came in and stole our identity and said, we're Jews. We're God's chosen people. So that's exactly what happened. But let me get Joshua 15 and 24, and let me get Revelations chapter 3 verse 9. 2 verse 9.
I'll get that Colossians. I'll get that Colossians.
Get that. I got the 15 and 24.
All right, let me knock this out.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Other One, Yahweh, giving thanks to the Other One and the Father by Him.
So what that means is we're not gonna come out here and just speak our own mind like a pastor would do. We're gonna, everything we say, we're gonna tell you out of the Bible. We're not gonna tell you smooth words and make you feel good like a pastor do, so we can get your money. No, we don't want your money. We don't want none of that. We just want our people to wake up and say, I'm not a Puerto Rican anymore. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim. A lot of mighty people came out. Do you know who Joshua is? Joshua, he's in the Bible, right? So he was second in command to Moses. He ended up being in command after Moses passed, right? So Joshua, this is what Joshua said, 15 and 24. 24 and 15. 24 and 15, Salah. And let me get that 1 Corinthians 3 and 16.
I got the 2 and
Okay, come on.
The book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 15.
So this is someone from the tribe of Ephraim, your exact tribe. Mighty man, go ahead.
And if it seem evil unto you.
This is what he's telling the people, right? He's telling the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans this, right? Read.
And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Most High.
So if it's an evil thing to serve me, right? Read.
Choose you this day.
Choose you this day. You have a choice. Right now, this don't happen for no reason. We ain't come out here and say we're gonna meet some people that work at Soho downtown. We didn't say that. Right? Everything happened for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidence. Right? The Most High leads you on a path and gives you that chance at the end of the day. So read that again.
The book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Most High, choose you this day.
Choose you this day, right? Read.
Whom you would serve.
Whom you gonna serve, right? Read.
Whether the gods which your fathers served,
right,
that were on the other side of the flood.
You might go serve the other gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood that all died. Because remember, Noah was Noah and 8 other people. So it was Noah and 7 other people that was saved, and the Most High flooded the whole earth, killed everybody. Right, and you can see evidence of that when you actually go into history and look at the artifacts of these different things, right? Because we go into history, archaeology, and the Bible itself, and make sure it all lines up. Right, read.
Or the gods of the Amorites.
Or the gods of the Africans, right? Doing the voodoo and all that stuff, right? Read.
In whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house.
This is what Joshua said. As for me and my house,
we will serve the Most High.
We're gonna serve the Most High.
We're gonna serve.
We're gonna stop keeping those pagan holidays, Christmas, the Thanksgiving.
Right.
We're gonna stop doing Valentine's Day, all these pagan things that they put onto us. Right. We're gonna keep the Most High's holy days. We're gonna keep the Sabbath day. We're gonna keep the Passover. We're gonna keep the new moon.
Right.
Right. That's all written in the Bible. This place says in God we trust, but they don't really trust in the God of this Bible.
Bring it out.
They have their own God. Right? They have their own God, and they want you to follow behind their God instead of following behind the God of the Bible.
That's right.
Right? So let me get that. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Right? And if I were to ask you, how do you love God? What would you say before we move on?
How would I love God?
How do you love God? Like, how do you show, like, if I told you I love you and stole your wallet, is that really love? Right? So love is an action word, right? So there's actions that you have to commit to show God that you love him. So what are those actions? What do you think they are?
I'm in a point in my life where I don't.
Okay. No, it's all good. It's all good. I understand.
I passed by to hear the words.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. So go ahead.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Everything we say, we got to come out the scripture. So when someone speaks to you, be like, prove that to me. Right? If a pastor come to you and say, give me all your money because God said so, now prove that. Right, read?
For this is the love of God,
So this is the love of God, right, read?
that we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. That's how you show God that you love him. Right? Hey, give me 1 John 3 and 4. Let me get that real quick. Cause sin is love. So what do you say sin is? Because these are like basic things. So you just have, because the church hasn't taught us anything. Right? They taught us how to hoop and holler and do the little thing in the, fall out and they throw the sheet on you.
Right.
Right? They told you how to run it down and, do the Macarena and all that stuff. But they haven't taught you what the God of this Bible wants us to do. Right? Because we could do all these things hooping and hollering in church and then get out and do it wickedly when we leave. Right? Because this is a lifestyle. This book is not a book of religion or any of those things that all those religions are byproducts of the Bible. Christianity, Jehovah Wickedness, Seventh-day Adventists, right? Catholicism, all those things are byproducts of the Bible. But nowhere in the Bible can you tell me that it says to be a Catholic, to be in Christianity, right? The Bible gives us rules and regulations to live by, so we would be good on this earth, right? So give me that.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
This is sin right here. This is what sin actually is. It's not some mysterious thing and everybody this is the sin. This is what sin is. Go ahead.
Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is what?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of God's laws. So when you break God's laws, right? Let me get Leviticus 11:7. When you break God's laws, that's when you have the sin, right? And the Bible says that the wages of sin is death.
I got it.
So you're gonna get paid for those sins eventually. If you keep going and doing what you want to do, the Most High gonna kill you, right? You don't have to get your judgment at the end of the last days when Yahweh shall crack open the skies and come back. You could get it right now. Your car could flip over 18 times because you didn't listen to the words of God, right? And then you got to go meet him, right? Because we telling you right now, because the Most High ain't going to come down here, open up a whiteboard and say, all right, this is what you got to do, right? The Most High always sends people in his favor that he knows is going to teach the people the right things. And in these last days, the Most High has sent us out to actually teach the right things of the Bible, right? Because everything we're saying, we got to prove it out of here, right? So go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7.
This is one of his commandments. That's not in the 10 commandments, because the Most High has 613 commandments. Right? Read.
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
What's the swine, sister? Pig.
Chicharrón.
Go ahead.
Oye, pero yo no como el chicharrón. I don't eat bacon. I don't eat Pop-Tarts. I don't eat
That's good.
gummy bears.
All praises, hallelujah.
That's good. Go ahead.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed,
Though he may look like an animal that you can eat, right? Read.
yet he cheweth not the cud.
He cheweth not the cud, which means when he eats something, he doesn't regurgitate it. Right? That means he doesn't throw it up if it feels nasty. His body just absorbs it, because the pig is the natural garbage man of this earth. He's meant to clean up everything. That's why when the farmer come, he throw the slop in there, right? Give them whatever, right? And have them eat that.
the word,
Be
brother.
eating each other as well, right? Read.
Brother man.
He is unclean to you.
God already said he is unclean to you, right? Read.
God, these shall ye eat of all.
No.
Slot. Verse 8, of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Of their what?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
What about the pepperoni pizza?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
What about the ham?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
You can't eat these things, sisters. If you love God, you got to show him that you love him.
That's right.
We can't just say it with our words anymore. We got to show him that, right? Because time is cutting short. A lot of people really realizing that the Kyrie and the Kanye thing, a lot of people are waking up to be like, dang, let me research this Jews thing. Why is he saying these things? Why people calling him crazy, right? Because people were calling Christ crazy when he was on the earth.
Right.
People were calling all the prophets crazy when they
Right.
were on the earth. And all they were doing was coming out the Bible, right? So read.
God, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
Now we're going to go into the waters now, right? Read.
God, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Keep reading.
And all that have not fins and scales
All that have not fins and scales, right?
in the seas and in the rivers, Salah, and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all them that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, shall be an abomination.
There shall be a what?
Shall be abomination unto you.
So if you're eating something that does not have fins and scales, that's an abomination in the eyes of the Most High. So what are things that we eat as a people that doesn't have fins and scales? Shrimp, mussels, crab, lobster, right? Catfish, calamari, right? These animals don't have fins and scales. And you notice the job of all these animals. What is the job of all these animals? Clean up.
That's right.
Cleaning up. So if you're eating something that's cleaning up the poop and everything off the seafloor, and you eat that, that's why our people are #1 in these diseases, right? Gout, diabetes, all these different things, these health issues, because we're not following the Most High's blueprint to diet, and it's that simple. That's it. After that, that's it. So is it that hard, really, or to put the shrimp, crab, and lobster away? Is it really that hard to show the Most High that you love Him? No, it's not. Right? That's an easy. Those are easy commandments, right? I think really the hardest commandment for our women is their dress code. How they moving, right? How they moving in their dress code, right? So let's get that Deuteronomy 22:5, right? And let me get 1 Timothy 2:9.
Look it up.
Right? So this is a hard thing for our women right here, right? So let's see, you know, because the thing is we were taught to dress a certain way based on the surroundings around us and based on the media and based on what's being promoted, right? Because women didn't stop wearing dresses until they stopped wearing dresses during the feminist movement. When that feminist movement came out and we started following right behind them and saying, you know what? I don't gotta wear a dress anymore. I can wear pants now. All the men are went at war, and we're gonna work and we're gonna put our pants on now. And it never stopped from there. And it just got worse and worse and worse. Now we're wearing nothing. Right? They come out with the little fishnet and the bra,
that's
and
it.
the panties. You know, it's getting kind of crazy out here. Right? But the Most High said wickedness will increase as time goes on. It's not gonna get any better. Wickedness will keep multiplying and multiplying. Right? So go ahead, read that.
God, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
Remember, I'm proving everything I'm saying. Go ahead.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Right? So what is something that women wear that men wear also? When you go to the bathroom and you're trying to figure out which bathroom do I go to, when you look at the sign, what does it show the woman wearing? All right. So when you want to go to the men's bathroom, show them wearing the pants, right? Keep reading.
God, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
And I would look crazy if I was out here in a tutu or a dress telling you to keep God's commandments. Right? I would look crazy. I wouldn't listen to you. Right. That's what I'm saying. So let me get 1 Timothy 2:9. Right?
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Somebody say, oh, that's the Old Testament. But it's being, the thing is, the Old Testament is the foundation for the New Testament. When Christ was walking around, he wasn't walking around with the book of Matthew or the book of Mark. He was walking around with the Old Testament. He was walking around with the book of Isaiah. Right? Read.
In like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
What should they adorn themselves in?
In modest apparel.
Modest apparel, sister. When you type in Google, just type in modest apparel, you're going to see women in dresses for the most part. Right? And that's what the Most High set out for our women, because you're a queen, you're a princess. Right? You're a daughter of Zion. Right. That's a powerful thing. They said that, let me get that, their feet didn't even touch the ground. I think it was Deuteronomy 28 and verse 56. Like, our women were so precious in those times that your feet didn't even touch the ground. Right? You carried it. Right? But the thing is, we fell so far away that the Most High messed us up because we didn't want to serve Him. So the Most High said, you know what? You want to serve those other gods? Then I'm gonna put you through it. Right? You got it? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you,
the tender and delicate woman among you. That's our daughters of Zion. All right, read.
Which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground.
Her foot couldn't even touch the ground. She was so precious. Forget all the manicures and the pedicures. Your foot couldn't even touch the ground. So they had soft feet probably back then. Right, read.
To set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness, and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
That's a curse. Her eyes shall be evil toward her husband. That's why you have these domestic violence issues.
You are not making love. back up, right? I told you back up, right? I told you back up.
You're a racist
This is the book of 2
motherfucker.
Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This also, that in the last days, perilous times shall come. Say what? This also, that in the last days,
what?
perilous times shall come. Perilous times shall come.
Perilous times, man. All right, man.
And toward her son,
And toward her sons, right, Reed?
and toward her daughter,
And toward her own daughters, right, Reed?
and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
So the Most High said the women were tender and very delicate towards one another, and her foot couldn't even touch the ground. Now she's going to be evil towards her son, evil towards her husband, and messing up the family structure. Because the woman plays an important role in the family.
That's right.
We need our women to nurture and take care of our children and the men. When we come home from a long day, we don't want to come home and have to argue with our women and these things, right? We want a woman that we can actually console and speak to. And that's the thing, like. When you dress a certain way, it carries a certain vibration or a certain spirit. When you put on pants and stuff, but they say you wear the pants in the family, right? Or who wears the pants in the family? So wearing those pants, it puts on a masculine spirit on you, right? So those are just a couple things I just wanted to tell you. Stop eating the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Keep the Most High's commandments again. Come back to the Most High. Come back to your heritage as a precious daughter of Zion, and that's who you are at the end of the day. Right? You could tell somebody you're a Christian or Islam or none of that, but you can't take away someone's nationality.
That's right.
That's what happened to us. Right? They say you're Puerto Rican. They say I'm Jamaican. They say he's Jamaican. They say he's African American, 2 different continents.
Absolutely.
But they cannot take away our heritage because the Most High said He'll give it back to us. Because the Most High took it. Let me get Jeremiah 17:4. Right? But the Most High is going to return our heritage back onto us. Oh, yeah, precept. But I'm gonna get into the so-called Jews in Israel, what the Most High have to say about them.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
We're gonna call each other black.
Shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Negro.
Shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Colored.
Shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Afro-Latino.
Shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Jigaboo.
Shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Nigger.
Shall discontinue from thine
It
heritage.
was called everything under the sun except for the children of Israel. Right? That's it, right?
There's more.
Okay, go ahead.
That I gave thee.
That He gave us. So when Moses was on Mount Zion, He gave us our heritage. He said, this is how y'all need to live so y'all can be successful and actually prosper in the land. And we chose not to do that. And that's why we're in this situation now. And the way to reverse that is to keep the Most High's commandments before YAHARAHLA, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, comes back. Right? Because 2/3 of our people are going to die because they just ain't going to get it. But that 1/3 of our people, they're going to actually, the story, it may sound crazy to you, right? But the Most High, let me get First Thessalonians 4:16, right? And you got that? You got something? Go ahead, read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, and verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
He said He set before us the blessings if you keep His commandments and the curses if you don't, right, Reed?
A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Most High, your God, which I command you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Most High, your God.
So the Most High already said it all to our ancestors. He said it's a blessing or a curse. Which one you want, right? And the scriptures say that everything that is written for our learning. So now that we're learning these things and coming back onto our heritage, there's a responsibility that's endowed upon us, right? Let me get Deuteronomy 7:6, right? And keep that Revelation 2:9.
I got it.
Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
We are an holy people. Holy means separate, right? The Most High created everything, every nation, but He has a chosen people at the end of the day, right? Read.
For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy God. The Most High thy power have chosen
He
thee
hath chosen us, right? Read.
to be a special people
To be a special people, right?
unto Himself, above all people,
Below all people.
Above all people.
Under all the nations.
Above all people.
Above all people, right? Read.
that are upon the face of the earth.
So you're above, whether you like it or not, you're above all people that are upon the face of the earth. the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Right? You're God's chosen people. You got to come back to your heritage system, right? And actually learn what has been. It's kind of crazy. They took the Bible and just flipped it around on us. And now that we actually read in the Bible, because they say, you know, when you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in a book, right? That's the same with all our people. We don't read, right? So now that we actually reading and we actually understanding now, right? We see that we are God's chosen people based off history, archaeology, and the biblical facts that are in here. Give me on Revelations 2 and 9. We're going to see who those.
You realize that all religions are oppressive,
Hold on, you're being real rude
and
right
it's
now.
not one
Bill, you're being real rude.
situation.
You're interrupting it. See, this is what we got to deal with.
That's the city of confusion. You see that? You see, as soon as he starts talking, look who walk past. You see that? Just confusion.
Right, so read that Revelation. Go
This is
ahead.
the book of Revelation, chapter 2, and verse 9. I know thy works.
I know thy works.
And tribulation.
And what?
And tribulation.
And what?
And tribulation.
Read.
And poverty.
And the Most High said he knows our works, he knows our tribulation, and he knows the poverty that we're going to, right? Read.
But thou art rich.
Why are we rich? Because of our bloodline, our heritage, where we come from. Right? Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them.
The blasphemy.
Can I ask
dirty,
you a
stinking,
fact?
nasty lie, right? Read.
Which say they are Jews.
Say they are what?
Which say they are Jews.
If I asked you right now, are you a Jew? You would have said no before we went into all of this, right? So there's people on the earth that's calling themselves Jews. Read it again.
Which say they are Jews.
Damn right it's hateful, right? Read.
Which say they are Jews. And are not.
And are what?
And are not.
Read.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Revelations 3 and 9.
God, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Most High said, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but they are the chief house of Satan.
Right.
And we know that Jews run this earth, man. Right?
Claim
Read.
the back up, back up.
Read that.
We went through this before. Back up.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie.
They do what?
But do lie.
Right? So read it again. Read it again.
God, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do
What
lie.
do they do?
But do lie.
They're lying. They're putting out that word anti-Semitic. They put that word out there, right? But how can you say Kyrie and Kanye are anti-Semitic if they're actually the God's chosen people? How are they against themselves? Right? And
How are they fucking God's
Read
people
it again.
if they fucking talk
Behold,
shit?
I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet.
They're gonna do what?
And worship before thy
They're
feet.
gonna come and worship before our feet. It's something that we've never thought was possible.
Right.
They're gonna be bowing down to us just like we was doing to them. Yes, Master, yes. Right?
Please don't
the
stop.
roles are
Keep
gonna
going.
reverse. Hey,
Keep going.
shut up, Bill, man. You just
going.
talk too much, man. You're talking about nothing, Bill.
Keep going.
Saying cometh quickly, man. Bring it out. Mark 4 and 14.
Read that.
Mark 4 and 14.
Talk more.
And this is the thing, when you the scriptures say when you sow with the word and you actually talking to something, there's always a distraction that's gonna come.
Right.
Right? And this guy, Bill, right here, he's a distraction. Bill's been here before. We've dealt with Bill before. You got cut up multiple times by the word, right? Read.
Huh. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 14. The sower soweth the word.
Right? The sower soweth the word. Someone who is a sower, that's someone who plants seeds. Right? Read.
And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown.
These are they by the wayside, sir. I mean, ma'am, you are by the wayside, which
I am
means
by
that
the
we're the
wayside.
weeds. No, you on the other side.
Hit me right here.
Hold on.
Hit me right
Say
here.
no, say no. Keep teaching. Keep teaching.
Hit me right here.
Keep teaching. Keep teaching.
Dumbass.
Keep teaching. Keep teaching.
Hey,
Keep teaching.
dumbass.
Keep teaching. Keep teaching. You're good, bro. You gotta have a good night, bro. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Go ahead. You good, Kadash? You good? You good? You good? You good? You good?
Satan
You
cometh
good? You
immediately.
good? You
And
good?
taketh
You
away
good?
the word.
Back up,
man.
Back up.
In their hearts.
Keep reading.
Back
Keep
up.
teaching. Keep going. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Have a good night, bro. Bro, go home.
I'm here having fun.
You keep invading
I
our
see you
space.
trying it.
You see the devil?
Thank you. Tell him to get out of here.
You're ignorant right now.
I know.
See
Walk
that?
away. Don't be ignorant.
I
Oh,
should.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're ignorant. Walk away.
She is the moderate voice.
Just stay back. That's
Keep
all we
teaching.
ask.
Keep teaching.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
see the devil?
Touch not
And the
my
thing
anointed.
is, everybody thinks
Psalms
the devil
105
gonna
and
come around
15.
with a pitchfork and a rod. He's an actual spirit that hops on somebody and has them do a certain thing in a certain moment. That's why it says when the word's being
You
sold,
good, Cap. You good.
Satan cometh immediately. And that brother,
I got it.
That brother moves in the spirit of Satan.
I got the
Every time we're
precept.
trying to give the
Just
word
say
to our
God, just
people,
say God.
tell our people to love each other, tell our people to keep the commandments, right? To tell them that you're God's chosen people. Bill comes around and he likes to distract. That's all he is. He's just a distraction, right?
Got the precept.
But he's just mad at these prophecies right here. He's mad that everything he learned was a lie. Because he has never ever come to refute anything we said. He always came for a distraction. Right? And that's Bill's MO right there.
And Salat, my apologies. I didn't mean to push you into y'all. I apologize.
I'll put my hand in trust him. I'm big dog like a pound. I'm big dog right here. I just don't like it. I promise.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 15. Say, touch not my anointed.
Touch not mine anointed. The Most High said, don't touch the people that he sent out to the highways and byways and to teach the word. Right? Read it again.
Come, say, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Do my prophets no harm. A prophet is a messenger. So they just you know what?
Get out, sister. Get out. Get out, sister.
Get out!
Get out, sister. Get out.
No.
Actually, give me Psalm 78 and 49. Right? Because the thing is, we don't have to do anything. Of course, we got to defend ourselves. His brother stepped too close, you know, because he's a problem at the end of the day. But we don't have to do nothing to him because the Most High going to handle that at the end of the day. Right? So go ahead, read that. Psalm 78 and 49.
Come, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
Most High said he's going to send evil angels among Bill because he's doing what he's doing. Right? Read it from the top.
Come, he cast upon them fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
By sending evil angels among them. So, what was your name, sister? Dallas. I hope to see you at this class, you know, so you can learn more about the scriptures and actually, you know, understand where you come from and your heritage. Right? Because it's very important. Because you don't know where you're going unless you know where you come from. Right? So sister, I hope to see you there on Saturday from 12:30 to 3:60. Today is Saturday, but it's next week Saturday.
Okay, but I appreciate it.
All right, no problem, sister.
All right, sister. Big
All right,
dog.
sister.
Take care. Listen, I grew up with 13 brothers. I'm big dog for real.
you know about it.
I'm a little sister. They be like, yo, don't make me call KK. I pull up, I don't even want to argue. What's up?
All right, sister. Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. And let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
Fear who?
Fear God.
Fear who?
Fear God.
We ain't gonna fear nothing out here, man.
That's right.
And Bill, Bob, and little
Timmy.
Yeah, there you go, little. I like that. Bill, Bob, and little Timmy. You can send all three of them. We gonna stand here bold at the end of the day.
That's
Praise
right.
God for this word, man.
That's right.
We don't care about what y'all got going on, right? What y'all got going on in your life, how you feel, none of that. We care about how the Most High feels and what He wants at the end of
That's
the day.
right.
Right? And we gonna stand firm for that, man. Right? Most High willing. Go ahead, read that.
And keep his
And
commandments.
keep who?
And keep his commandments.
Keep His commandments, man. Right? That's all we out here to do, man. To tell our people to keep the commandments, brother. You got to keep the commandments, man. You got to keep the commandments of God. You want to be protected, man?
I'm blessed.
You blessed?
Yeah.
Give me Revelation.
Revelation 22:14, y'all.
This is what it means to be blessed, brother. Real quick.
This is the
before
book
you
of
go.
Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed
Hear it
are
out,
they-
hear it out, brother, before you walk away, man.
it out, brother.
Don't be rude, brother. Just hear this out before you
That's
go.
why I'm going to say it out loud.
Go ahead, read
This is
it.
the book of Revelations, chapter 22, verse 14.
Check it out.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that do His commandments, not just say they gonna do it. So you're not blessed if you're not keeping God's commandments.
That's
Right.
And with that, I want to say, Kwam YASHARAHLA to the nation of Israel and destined destruction to Babylon, man.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's get it poppin', it's the prophet Zamar, LOZ soldier, and Yahweh told me, wake up my people, it's almost over. In the synagogue of Satan, Satan been faking, we gon' expose them. So is iron rusted, so is his wickedness. They corroded. And John 3:16, the only verse these Christians quoting. I'm looking at them like, what the hell y'all been